These are two of my top 10 Blackstone Griddle recipes, and every new owner should know how to make them, starting with the egg roll in a bowl, or crack slaw, as some people like to call it, but I don't do drugs, so I call it egg roll in a bowl. It's kind of like an easier fried rice or stir fry, so it's perfect practice before you step your game up to a full hibachi. Start off by heating the griddle to 375 to 400 degrees and put down a thin layer of oil. That's my new oil pour and spritzer. So far I really like this thing. There's a link in the description. Put down ground pork and brown it for 3 to 4 minutes per side. You can do whatever ground meat you like. Beef, turkey, chicken, doesn't matter. I try to flatten it out and get a little sear, and I will add a all-purpose salt and pepper mixture. Feel free to use other spices. Chinese 5-spice might be good, or seasoned salt, whatever you like. I'll add the white parts of 3 green onions. Saute them for a minute. I like to cook the white parts with the meat, then garnish the dish with the green section of the green onions at the end. I saw a hibachi chef do this once, so I copied it. I'll flip the meat, then start chopping it up. I really want to get it into small pieces for this. The recipe was popularized by the keto people, but I just want to make sure you know this is not a keto health channel or anything. It's just a griddle channel. I really don't even plan on starting my diet until next week. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. After it's chopped, we mix in the green onion tips. We'll move it aside and scrape some of the grease. I'm not saying that I don't like the animal fat. I just don't want that much in my meal. I only bring this up because last time I made this and said that, some dude wrote a 4-paragraph manifesto in the comments about how I removed the healthy animal fat but used the devil's avocado oil, which is going to kill me and all my viewers of the channel. And I don't know, man. I just want to bring that up because you guys need to know I'm never going to tell you what to do. I'm never going to tell you what oil to use. I'm not a doctor. I'm a dude who flips pancakes and drinks beer on the internet for a living. I barely graduated from a steak school. So don't listen to me. Do what you want. Anywho, after the meat is fully cooked, there's no more pink, and the garlic and the ginger will be added. You can do fresh ginger, but I bought the paste. Also, both of these recipes are in the description, FYI, and both are in my ebook, which is on your screen. Then the veggies starting to go down with the water chestnuts. I love these things. I mean, I eat them like potato chips while I prep the meal. I think I ate 10 of them before I even got the food on the griddle. And the coleslaw mix will go next to that as well. This is a great base recipe. Add whatever you'd like. I've bought in the bags of stir fry mix to go with these. You could do mushrooms, onions, peppers, little baby corn, whatever you want. Who grows the baby corn? Baby farmers? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Cook the coleslaw mix for 2 to 3 minutes, then mix it with the meat and make a well in the middle. Now, you don't have to rush, but the longer you leave this on the griddle, the softer that cabbage gets. So if you want crunchier cabbage, move quickly. If you don't care that it gets soft, let it sit for a while. Spritz a little bit more of that poisonous avocado oil because I don't want my egg to stick. I'm just doing 1 egg. Feel free to do 3, 4, 5, whatever tickles your fancy. And this is pretty much when I turn the griddle off. There's plenty of residual heat. I don't want to cook the cabbage too much. I like it crunchier. And all we're really doing is mixing and adding sauces. Speaking of the mixing, here we go. And some of these sauces you may have used before, maybe not. But I would highly recommend getting them all. We'll start with a 1/4 cup of Bonchan's Japanese barbecue sauce. You could sub teriyaki or soy sauce for this. 2 teaspoons of sriracha, which is a chili paste. It really wasn't that hot in the end. If you want more spice, I'd double the amount of sriracha. 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. If you plan on doing fried rice or dishes like this on your griddle, sesame oil is a must own. Give it all a good mix, then we'll plate it up. The sesame oil, by the way, is a finishing oil. I don't usually cook in it. I just put it on at the end to finish the meal. My fancy white plate here to try to bring inside and impress my wife. Spoiler alert, it did not impress her. Top it with the green onions, and that's egg roll in a bowl, but not in a bowl on a plate. I really messed this up. Anyway, simple, customizable. Every griddle owner should know how to make this. The Hashbrown omelet blew up on the griddle scene about 3 years ago from a channel called True North Cafe. It's fantastic. Here's how I do it personally. This is perfect because it really can only be done on the griddle. You need the space, and the hash browns help to lower the temp so you won't burn the eggs, which is a common problem for new griddle owners. So it's a great first couple cooks on your griddle. Heat it up to 375 to 400 again, then place down your oil, 2 to 4 tablespoons of butter. I know it's a lot of butter, enough to make Paula Deen blush, but this is how we're getting everything crispy, okay? You can do 4 cups of frozen hash browns or 1 20-ounce bag of the Simply Potatoes fresh hash browns. I find this in the cooler section at my grocery store. Both work. If you use frozen, it's just going to take longer to cook, okay? Or you can try to defrost the frozen ones a bit before you put them on the griddle. Toss your hash browns in oil and butter, then spread them out thinner than your uncle's hairline. This is also when I add the salt and pepper. You can use seasoned salt or any other spice. Again, I'm just keeping it simple, salt and pepper. I want them thin, but you also should not see the griddle through the potato, so maybe not as thin as your uncle's hair, because you can definitely see some forehead and top of his head. But anyways, I'll make it into a rectangle. I've never measured it. I'd assume it's maybe 10 by 20 inches. I just kind of eyeball it, get the one side as long as my spatula, then go as far as it needs. Now I'm going to go throw down 1/2 pound of bacon pieces. Usually I do ham, a 1/3 cup of ham with peppers and onions, just like a normal Western omelet filling. Today I wanted to spice it up with bacon. But I should have put the bacon down earlier because it's raw and it takes a while, and I don't know what I was thinking. The ham, it's already cooked. We're just getting some color on it, so you can throw that down whenever. But if you're doing like bacon or sausage, you need to cook that first before you put the potatoes down. So I'll show you what I did later since I was waiting on the bacon. I did pre-diced 8-ounce containers of white onions and tricolor peppers from Kroger. Again, with being kind of lazy, my recipe calls for 1/2 a white onion, 1/2 a red, and 1/2 a green pepper diced. This was probably too much, but it was convenient. Salt and pepper on the veggies, a little more oil on them taters. I know it's a lot, but we're almost like shallow frying these things to get them crispy and golden brown. I spread out the bacon, then keep tossing the veggies while I waited on the bacon, which took almost 15 minutes. So again, should have gone down first. If you're doing ham or pre-cooked meat, you can put it down with the veggies. We had this meal before my son's soccer game, which he won, by the way. My wife was like, they don't keep score in 4-year-old soccer games. I said, well, I kept score. It was 5-2. They won. There's winners and losers in life. I'm not trying to raise a kid who just participates. So I haven't touched those potatoes at all after I spread them out, and that's about 15 minutes ago. And you can see, because the bacon's taking so long, and because there's a hot spot on the front left of my griddle, that the edges are starting to get brown, meaning they're almost done. So I cut that burner off, which is not normally how I do it. Normally the burners are on the whole time, but happy accidents with the bacon. A few minutes later, I turned off the other middle burner as well, so both middle burners are off. Keep tossing our veggies and moving the bacon around. And again, this is also a base recipe, totally customizable, just like the egg roll in the bowl. Do different meat, different veggies, whatever you want. It's an omelet. Do what you like. Now, finally, the bacon is done and we can make this omelet. These are only 3 scrambled eggs, not a ton of eggs for the amount of potatoes, but there's a reason for that. I scrambled them in a measuring cup because it's easier to pour them out that way, and then I'll use the back of my spatula to spread them all over those taters. A little more salt and pepper, and let's assemble. Put the veggies on first. I couldn't fit them all because, again, I had too much. Don't try to overstuff the filling or this will be really hard to fold later. Then we'll do the bacon and some Americano cheese, the old Freedom cheese. Shout out to all my American cheese haters in the comments. If you're too good for American cheese, I'd recommend watching a different YouTube channel. Now, here's the beauty of this omelet and why it's good for beginners. The potatoes lower the griddle temp so your eggs won't burn. Also, because we only use 3 eggs, we don't need to flip it. The hot meat and veggies will help finish cooking the inside of the omelet when you fold it. These things are amazing, crunchy, cheesy. It just screams greasy spoon diner meal to me. These are 2 omelets, but they're big old boy omelets. You could definitely feed 4 people if you wanted. My wife and I like pico and sour cream on ours. Again, both recipes are in the description, or all 101 of my griddle recipes are in my $15 ebook, which is on your screen now. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one and keep on griddling, friends.